Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Korea says that 1.4 million people have just enlisted to fight the US in response to joint military drills between South Korea and the US. Over the weekend, North Korea held events across the country for military recruitment, which they say will mercilessly wipe out the war maniacs threatening their country. In the same weekend, Kim Jong-un brought his daughter to watch a simulated nuclear counterattack. But surprisingly, it was the 9-year-old's weight which gathered all of the attention from the North Korean public. They were angry because food shortage is a pretty big problem in the country. But despite this, they say she looks to be eating and living well, describing her as plump like the moon.
Shalom, Yashala. Peace, Israel. Call HALALYAM law. AHTHAM Abanawa. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM. YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM. RAWCHAA QADASH. Giving all praise and glory honor to YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM QADASH. I'm the brother Chasai Gadar from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa, Florida, coming at you with another hit through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. I would like to go on and give double honors to the head elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us His truth to rule well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace, blessing, love, health, and wellness upon the hopeful elect, the house of David, that is scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth, that are laboring in His truth with all sincerity. Shalom. Whoa, it's in the news, man. Prepare for war. Prepare for war. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw nigh. Let them come up. Listen, man, this thing, they just said 1.4 million troops. Let's bring that back. Let's bring that back real quick.
1.4 million people have just enlisted to fight the US in response to joint
1.4 million people have just enlisted to fight the U.S., man. They are preparing war, man. Okay? They are preparing war. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. So according to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, this so-called Russian and Ukraine war that has started and that's bringing up everything else that you people don't think is really real. Hey, listen, I'm finna let you know right now, man. They just said 1.4 million people have enlisted to fight the war. These people over here in Babylon, these people ain't ready for war, man. You got damn sodomites in the army, man. You got these people over here dancing around like drag queens, and you think they're prepared for war, and you think that America is gonna be able to take on all these other nations, man? You crazy as hell, man. It says what? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw nigh. Let them come up. They're not over there like the brother was going into on his video. All right, he was saying the head of my camp, Shalom YAHAWASHI AHTHAM to the brother Abar. All right, they're not doing the same thing over there that they're doing over here, man. They're not practicing TikToks. They're not doing crate challenges. They're not going out here to drag queen shows. They're not trying to be going after the lust of their flesh. Okay, giving themselves up to fornication and vile affections, man. Those people over there are ready for war. Those kids over there are trained at young ages, man. There was a video that came out. A brother did a video on as well of the kids over there in China. Instead of them sitting over here doing what kids over here in Babylon are doing, they're over there dismantling and mantling guns, man. It was a group of children in a classroom sitting there at a table mantling and dismantling guns, man. So these people are training and ready for war, man. And you talk about because of the North Korea, missile U.S. and drills and missile launch, man. These people are ready to destroy this place, man. Why? Because Babylon is nothing but liars. All right, they're nothing but they're nothing but liars. They're nothing but destroyers. Okay, they're wicked as fuck, man. This place is going to be destroyed. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right, let the weak say, I am strong. Once upon a time, Babylon had all of these other nations afraid of them. Why? Because they had the nuclear power. Okay, going way back to when they dropped the nuclear bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. Okay, they had all of these other nations afraid of them. But now all of these other nations have done what? They have gathered themselves in array against Babylon because now they have nuclear missiles. All right. You got Russia supplying most of their allies, especially China. Okay. With Russia and the United States being the top two countries right now, the top two powers with the most nuclear missiles, man. All right. So now these smaller nations are getting themselves ready for war to do what? Let's continue on. Assemble yourself and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahawah. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right. So ultimately, man, the Lord is stirring up these heathens, all right, to go against Babylon to ultimately for their own judgment, man. Okay. But let's grab this. Let's go to some prophecy. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50. And we're going to start at, we'll grab, Salakia. We're going to start at verse 14. Put yourself in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord Yahawah. You see? So all of these other nations are about to do what? Put themselves in array against Babylon, man. And spare no bows. What's their bows? The modern day bows is what? Those nuclear missiles. Okay, so all of these other nations, man, they're getting ready for war to do what? They're spare no arrows, man. It is prophesied that 200 million nuclear missiles are going to hit Babylon the Great. And you don't want to be caught in that crossfire looking like Sarah Connor on Terminator 2, man. All right? You want to be what the scriptures say, they shall be ashamed at the strainers of their salvation, man. Why? Because people out here are going to be like looking crazy because brothers are going to be getting lifted up in chariots, man. The scriptures talks about there's men on this earth that shall not taste death. Who are those men? His elect. But those are the same men that's going to endure. Those are the same men that's going to be girded up in the spirit, man. All right, that's not going to sit here and get lost or become lukewarm or get casted out because you're not serving YAHAWASHI. You're trying to serve two masters. All right. Verse 15, shoot against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her foundations are fallen. What is her foundations? Her government. Her government is fallen. It's failing. Okay. I had a dream. Quick testimony. I had a dream. All right. I want to say about a week or so back. All right. I was leaving work. And one of the brothers was taking me home. And as we was leaving, we were seeing UN tanks coming down the street, man. All right. And as we seen these UN tanks coming down the street, we get a little further. And as we get further, there's cops on every block, man. All right. And as those cops that's on every block, we get to a point to get ready to turn. And the cop was like, all right, well, where y'all coming from? And we like, well, you know, the brother, he's an older brother. Right. And the brother had said, you know, I just picked the brother up from work. I'm taking him home. He was like, all right, well, y'all need to hurry up and get home. Y'all only got like 30 minutes because China has breached Washington, D.C. and they're fighting right now. So we're at war. So now it's a martial law type thing. All right. So as I'm going down the street, the brother's taking me home. And as he's taking me home, I see troops walking down the street and they had a paper in their hand. And on that paper was two of the brothers from our camp, man. Talk about dead or beaten. All right. So they didn't really care. They just wanted the body, man. But it goes to show you that you know, that spirit of war is about to come upon is coming upon the face of the earth, man. Okay. That was just a quick testimony to let you know that Babylon is about to fall, man. All right. Babylon is literally about to fall. Let's continue on. Salakia for the rant, verse 15, Jeremiah 50 and 15. Shoot against her round about. She have given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahawah. Take vengeance upon her as she have done. Do unto her. And what has Babylon done unto all of these other nations, man? They have done nothing but lie, steal, kill, rape, and and murder, man. Which goes with kill, but all of those things have lined up, man. Okay, made all of these other nations fall into the lines of their debt, falling after the ways of their money system. Okay, that's one. Also, along with the image of the Lord, man. Okay, along with religion, and then now you just had a video that just popped up about this whole ABCD community. All right, they're trying to push on Africa, man, and Uganda, man. You see, so these other nations, man, are preparing war to destroy this fucking place, man. Let's grab this precept and we'll end it on that. Let's go to Revelations chapter 9 and verse 16, man. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Okay. Now, in the book of Revelations, what does it mean what is a revelation? It means to reveal. So John the Revelator is revealing what he's seeing. And he said the number of the army of the horsemen was 200,000. When you do the math on that, that comes out to 200 million. Okay? So John the Revelator couldn't necessarily understand what he was seeing when he was seeing this prophecy, when he was seeing this vision. So he said the number of the army of the horsemen. The number of the army of the horsemen. What is the army of the horsemen? Those nuclear missiles flying, man. Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouth issue fire and smoke and brimstone. Man, there's going to be death angels riding them damn nuclear missiles, man. And they're going to hit their fucking target. And the head of it was like a lion, man. What's the head? The head is the warhead. Okay? And what is the biggest portion of a nuclear missile, man? The delivery system and the warhead, man. And the warheads explode 50 to 100 feet above ground, man. Reading on, verse 18. And by these three was a third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths, for their power is in their mouth and in their tails and in their tails, for their tails was like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt, man. So you don't want to get caught in that thermonuclear fire, man. You don't want to be saved and preserved for fuel for the fire, man. You do not want to be preserved for the day of judgment. You do not want to be preserved for the day of thermonuclear missiles when they start flying over here to Babylon, man, because it will happen, and it is going to happen, and it's coming very quickly. Shalom, Yashala. Closing out, let me give all praise and glory honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, and double honors to the head elders and apostles, great millstone that taught us his truth and rule well. Shalom.